Hi everyone, so this video is part 4 of a bike build, and this time I'm looking at doing the suspension, so taking the front forks apart, stripping them fully down to be able to see me do that, and also I started doing a test fit of my fairing on the bike as well. I also get some items back from having them powder coated, so I get my frame done, I get my wheels done, and a few other parts as well, so I'll show you those and you'll be able to see what colour I actually went for in the end. Just having a look at doing the forks now. So I've already made a mistake. I started off by, well, I looked in the flipping Haynes manual and it says to undo the bottom bolt under there first, in there. But don't do that, because you can gently crack it, but this one was really difficult to get undone, and as I was winding it out, it just started leaking straight out. Undid it more than I realised I was doing it. It just poured all the oil straight out onto the floor, so don't do that. Instead, probably better off cracking the top first, taking the top out, pulling all the top lot out and gently tip it out and do it that way. So on the other fork leg, that's exactly what I'm going to do. But for now, I'm going to crack that top one and start taking it apart. Right then, so that's the top undone. First bit off, there's a washer there. Oh no, it's part of it. I'll lay these out in the order that they come out in. God, this smells really bad. Oof. No idea when that's last cleaned, but that's why I put the tissue down, because it stinks. And the washer. The compressed tight end is at the bottom, and then the less compressed end at the top. Oh man, the smell of this, God almighty. So I'm just going to try and see if there's anything else in there and pump it out. Oh, lovely, there it is. Just going to pump it out to get as much out as I can, because I don't want to be flicking that all over the garage. So that's what came out of it when I undid the bottom, and I managed to catch some of it in a bin as well, so there's a fair bit came out. Yeah, definitely don't want that all over the garage, it stinks so bad. Oof. So if I look down there, so I can see. I'm sure while the camera's going to pick this up. So I'm going to take the seal out now and see, and there's a clip in there as well, and try to take it apart. Right, so they're all out and cleaned up now. I'll put them in the, oh, don't want to lose that one. They've been in the ultrasonic cleaner. Right, so that's the piston rod, piston ring, and then the spring as well. Again, that's just covered in the oil, as it's just come straight out. So I did have it, even I thought I'd got all of it, it's a little bit more. So anyway, that's going to go straight into the cleaner as well and be cleaned up. So you can see it's working its magic. Right, so I'm going to now take the dust seal out, gently pop that out to get to the clip underneath. I've got to replace them anyway, so. And then there is a, oh yeah, like a weird clip in there, look. So I'll pop that out next. There we go. It's a bit crusty. So next, I think it's down to the old pull it apart and smash the bushes out. So I'm just going to stick this back in, so not spray crap everywhere in the garage. Yep, it's coming. Oh, there we go. I don't think I sprayed it everywhere. I can't see any. Oh God. So that's the seals and bushes there. Oh, it's going to give that a wipe down again. Try and get that off. Ah, look in there, look at that.
Don't know what those little bits of gunk are, but don't know, dirt is it? Or just build up of old fluid, I'm guessing. Anyway, that's going to get clean. So these bits, I'm going to get them powder coated, and then the forks I'm going to get re-chromed because there is some pitting on them. If I'm going to all the effort of doing all this with the bike, there's no point in being cheap with the suspension. So I'm going to get it done, and hopefully that'll be it then for quite a while. Alright, so I'm going to take the bottom bush off. It says not to remove that unless it's going to be replaced, but I'm going to replace it anyway. So it's like that, and I'm just going to gently pop that over the side and get that off. And these bits off. That's the top bush. Yep, so that was like that. And then washer, girl, that's crusty as well. Let's give that a good clean. And oil seal. So that can be cleaned up as well. Yeah, so these are going to get re-chromed anyway, as I say. Alright, so that's that one done. I'm going to give these a good clean up and then take them to get them re-chromed. It wasn't too bad. Putting it back together might be another story. Trying to get these back in, but yeah, we'll see. Okay, on to the other leg. So this time I've very gently cracked that bolt at the bottom, not as much as I did last time, so hopefully shouldn't make as much of a mess. I'm just going to undo the top of this. I'll put the yoke back on to be able to do it. Oh, there we go. Just nice and gently. So I'm just going to let this up gently because it is under tension, but it's not ridiculous. Oh, there we go. So, same as last time. Just gently let this stuff out. Actually, I think what I'll do is just pour that straight in. Oof, lovely. Yep, job done. Saturday morning, the weather's crappy outside, so I thought best get back in the garage and get some stuff done on the bike. So I'm going to take this caliper apart. This is the front caliper. I actually forgot that I hadn't taken this one apart, if I'm honest. Otherwise I'd have done it by now and cleaned it up ready. You can see it's still coated with brake fluid. Oof. So the caliper looks to be it's pretty in good condition, isn't it, really, for 20-something-year-old bike. Brake pads are, whoa, they're right down to their limit if you look at the grooves in there. But anyway, I won't be reusing that. I'll be putting some decent pads on. So yeah, I'll strip it down, get it cleaned up, put it in the ultrasonics, so it's ready to go, and then I'm going to rebuild this. I've got the kits ready already to be able to put this back together. So once it's been cleaned and dried off, and obviously got all the water out from inside the ultrasonic, then I can start to rebuild this up again, ready basically, so when I get the bike engine back, I can put this stuff back on and get moving with it. And this bit I'm going to be replacing with a new one anyway, because that looks a bit rusty, and I've got a titanium one to go in there, so it'll be a bit nicer. Just going to try tapping this out of here now. I don't have a punch small enough just to tap through there, so I'm just going to use a bit of a one of the bits out of my socket set. Anyway, should do the job. Just gently tap it through. Oh yeah, that's moved already. Came out quite easy. Oh, that's the pad pin out. Yeah, there's loads of copper grease on that. Yeah. They've definitely, oh, that one's down to, look at that, down to the limits. Someone's pushing it with that one. Anyway, for the bin. So now I'll try and get these pistons out. I was hoping that I could, well, see if I can just pull them out with a pair of pliers and obviously some rubber on the piston. That obviously the last thing I want to do is damage that piston, so I'll gently try and nudge it. If it'll come out, brilliant. If not, I'll have to take these round the corner to the garage and see if they can use an airline and force them out that way. I'll try this way first. Need to order small gloves. These are doing my head in, sliding off my fingers. Cheaper ones. Anyway, that's the pad retaining clip in there. Obviously that lot will all get replaced. I think this bit I'll have to reuse. I'll just give it a clean up and scrub off the crap on it and take that out. Obviously these dust boots will all get replaced anyway. The new ones, and I'll just give that a clean up. So, new one of those as well. There we go. That's it, just managed to get it to gently loosen. Bit of heat. Seems alright. Just give it a bit of a bit of a scrub down. Obviously not taking the coating off that. Ow, those rubber strips are hot. Obviously I don't want to take the coating off this because it needs it on to be smooth. Just using the brass one, it's a bit softer on it. Okay, let's try again. Oh god, that is on tight. Right, one more try. To try a different approach, I'm just going to try and hold it in there on the side of the bench and see if I can get it to turn this way. Oh yeah, flipping heck, that was a lot easier. I think it was just getting hold of the caliper itself was difficult. There's obviously not much, you don't want to clamp it in there too hard, and obviously trying to get it undone, got to give it a bit of pressure, so that seems to be okay now. So anyway, I'll wind that out and I can give that a clean out and just get into there a bit and reinstall it with some thread lock as well, so it doesn't come back out. Yeah, it's got thread lock on there or something, that's why it's a bit of a pig to get out. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to replace that anyway. That's it. Right, so just the pistons now. I think what I'll try do is, last time I was able to get a couple of bits of this rubber, pin it between there, and just very gently get them out with a pair of pliers. But the last thing I want to do is scuff that. So it's a case of, if they feel like they're moving and coming out, great. If not, then I'm going to have to take that to get them blown out by putting an airline down there and gently pressing the pistons out. We'll try this first. I'm going to warm up the outside, see if I can get that to lightly expand or something as these come out. Got a bit of rubber, I'm going to try and gently pull it out. I mean, this is This is obviously risky, and do it at your own risk sort of thing. Don't necessarily copy what I'm doing, but anyway, with enough in there, just gently prising on it, it should come out. And twist it gently. Yes, it's moving though. Just nice and gently. Yep, it's not doing any damage, good. Just checking it hasn't gone through there at all. Once it starts coming out, it's a lot easier to get them out. There we go. We'll just check the condition of him anyway. Yeah, they look alright. Just needs a bit of brake cleaner on there and just take off that. There's a little bit there, look, where you can see the seal lines being. I don't know how the camera picks that up. Just slight rub down, should be alright. Just giving that a bit of a clean up with some brake cleaner. They're looking okay. There is the tiniest mark there from some sort of scuff. Just going to give it a little rub with this Scotch Brite. It's very, very fine, obviously, for body work, so I'll just gently see if it rubs out some of that stuff. That's that one done. Onto that. Got a new piece of rubber. You can see it's quite thick, that rubber, just in case you're worried about me scuffing it. But like I said, do this how you feel works for you. That's it. Out. Again, no damage to the actual piston. Right, you can still see the seals are in there, so I'm going to pull them out now. I just need to get a little pick to get them out. So just to confirm, they are different sizes. I thought they were. It wasn't just my eyes playing tricks on me. There, so this one on the right is bigger than that one. So yeah, you can see on there, look, it's that way around. That's the bigger one, and then the smaller one. I mean, it's pretty bloody obvious when putting it back together, but yeah, just thought I'd show that. What? Is that one? That's the side that's larger than that one. So that will be a bit of making sure that I have the right seal, but it should be, look at that, it's fairly obvious really. Just check them before I put them back in. There we go. And that's it. Ready to go in the ultrasonic. So I'm hoping it gets some of that crap that's in there out. It looks pretty caked on there, quite tough. I'm gonna I think I'll drop it in, let it loosen that off with the heat of the actual ultrasonic, and see if it starts to take some of that, and just give a very light brushing out, and then that's it. So I've just hand wound a thread tap through, and you can see there, look, hopefully you can see anyway, it's taken off I've dropped on the floor. We've taken out the bit of thread lock that was in there, because I could feel them a bit, when I was trying to wind them in, they felt a bit stubborn. So yeah, I just thought I'd show that. So that's a bit of a before. You can see it's quite thick caked on in there. I don't expect all of that to come out, but hopefully some of it will. And I'll show you an after once it's been in the cleaner and I can give it a rub down. That's the aftershock. Not too bad. As you can see in there, look. It's got obviously the corrosion left on the actual coating of the caliper now, so that's where this grey stuff here is. But all the dirt's out, and you can see in there it's nice and clean. Inside the actual piston, which is the main bit, obviously the bit that really matters, and in there. So yeah, quite happy with that. Again, like I said, they're 20 years old, aren't they? So they look nice and clean anyway, and shiny when they're on the bike. This is probably more exciting than seeing me just take the bike apart. So I'm just trying to fit these fairings to the frame and drill in the holes for the frame before I take it powder coat, because I thought at least then all I have to do then is put riv nuts in. So I've started with this front one, try and line that up off the tank, and then I lined the other side up. I'm about to drill that one through a 9mm hole. I know that sounds massive, but I need it to fit the riv nuts in, which are, well, in there somewhere, but yeah, they'll fit in, and I'll be able to put a bolt in like that and sort that out. And then the back side, they'll have one in the side here somewhere. I haven't figured that part out yet, but I do know it will fit because that one lines up. There's the riv nut I've already put in, and then that's the hole for the battery box plate. So I'm going to use that one for the battery box as well to try and bolt straight through it into there. And that's one. And then I'm just going to take my time and just go up the steps of the, well, I say steps, of the drill bits until get the 9mm hole. There we go. So now my riv nuts just fit straight in like that, and obviously then I'll once the frame is painted, I'll insert that properly, and then that's it. So an M6 bolt in there. I'm going to use these behind the bolts, so just some nice, well, they just help to add like a bit of a washer if you like. So that on there, and then obviously the bolt straight through. Job's done. Onto the back now. So that's the 9mm hole drilled, and then hopefully that pops in place like that, and then obviously that'll go into there. Right, well there we go. It's not that exciting to look at obviously, but you have to trust me that those holes lined up with that. I haven't obviously fit the riv nuts yet because I'm going to do the powder coat in the frame first. So that lines with that one, that lines with the one in the back, same that side, and then at the front as well. So now, at least when I get it back, I'm not going to be scuffing the hell out of that frame, putting it on and off, trying to line it up. Pretty happy with that. Obviously I'll do the radiator mounts and all the other bits last, but done for now. I'm going to do some design on there soon, so I'm going to start making a template off this, I think. And start making it look pretty nice, ready for the track. Right, well this lot's ready to go to powder coating in the morning. Well, obviously not the tank, but 2 sets of wheels, the frame, and swing arm, forks, and then the hub. I'm sure the wife's really happy when she comes down tomorrow and see this in the extension, but can you guess what colours I'm going to go for yet? Give you a clue, it won't be black. Well, things are starting to look a bit more exciting now. So as you can see, I've got the parts back from the powder coating company. I'll take them apart and show you. Hopefully they've come out nicely. No missing that colour combination of red and blue now. Well, quite nice. Happy with that. That's pretty nice. Pretty happy with that. He's masked that off there with, that's the frame number, which obviously you've got to keep on the bike for, well, obviously obvious reasons to identify it. But yeah, the rest has turned out pretty good. Quite happy with the colour. I wanted the brightest colour combination that I could get, which I know it's not to everyone's taste. I've got obviously the ability to have the blue set, red set. Obviously that blue swing arm is going to contrast with the red frame. Again, not to everyone's taste, but quite like the clashing colours. And yeah, it's just a case of deciding now, do I run with both red on the bike, or one red, one blue, or both blue? And obviously one will be a wet set, one will be a dry set. I feel like I'm actually making some progress now, because it's been probably 2 weeks since I've been doing anything in here, and at least I pre-drilled all these holes in, made it a lot easier now. So when all I have to do now is drop the riv nuts in and just give them a light rub down before I do. That's the swing arm bobbins welded on. They turned out nicely. It's nice how powder coating seems to mask any of the like imperfections you had on welds and all that sort of stuff that was on there originally. So yeah, I can't wait to get this put back together now and start seeing how it looks once it's all assembled again. All right, well, that's everything. Forgot that I had the forks done. The engine, one of the engine cases, one of them's still with the company because I don't know why, but they decided to stack one on top of the other and it scuffed it, so I asked them to redo it. So yeah, that's gonna get redone. Had the hub done as well. That's the inside of the frames that make up the rest of the big frame. Interested to see what it's gonna look like when it's back together, because it's obviously a bright color choice, and I know, like I say, a lot of people will be thinking, why the hell red and blue? But you know, you gotta look different, haven't you? There's no point in doing the same as everybody else. So next time I'll start to look at reassembling the bike. So this is the fun part. I've been waiting for this for quite a while now. It feels like all I've done so far is literally strip the bike down. There's a lot to take apart, a lot to prep and to rebuild. So yeah, now you'll be able to see me start to rebuild everything and yeah, put it all back together. So I start looking at the wheels, rebuilding the bearings on those, putting all those back in, rebuilding some of the yoke parts as well that I had done. Get some bits back from having them Cerakoted to be able to see the difference between those and powder coating later in the videos as well. So yeah, there's quite a lot to do now. So just be a case of working my way through, ticking off the small jobs that I can do. I'm still waiting on having the engine back, so in the meantime, I'll just go through everything that I can. Anything I can get prepped and ready for when the engine comes back, I will do. So you'll see me do those over the next few videos. See you next time.